Hello everyone, I'm John with JP Strategic Investments, and today we're going to go over something that could be a huge move for Robinhood and mean game over for other brokerages, and that is a possible acquisition of Greenlight. I'll go over what Greenlight is, why Robinhood should acquire them, and how much the deal would actually cost. So let's dive right in. So first of all, let's take a look at what Greenlight actually is. So Greenlight is a company that makes debit cards for teenagers and kids. Parents can manage the card by automating allowance transfers, setting spending restrictions based on dollar amounts or even store locations, and even helping them set savings goals. The best part though is that the card actually allows kids to invest. Now obviously you must be 18 years old to open your own brokerage account, but this works in a way that is similar to a custodial account where the parent actually opens and manages the account. In this case, the child can make investments from the Greenlight app and the parent has the ability to approve or deny each trade. Greenlight's goal is to help parents raise their children to be financially smart so that they can spend wisely, save money, and learn how to build wealth through investments. They are specifically targeting children between the ages of 10 and 18. This is the age when children start to become more independent from their parents as they move into junior high and high school. This is usually when they start to spend money on their own, so it's important that they learn to be smart about their finances. Greenlight's platform is perfect for this. It allows parents to be in complete control of how their children spend their money without actually having to be with them. They can instantly transfer money when their children need it, set spending limits, and use a variety of other control settings. The app even encourages children to set some money aside in their savings, and if their parents set up a family brokerage account, the children can decide to invest some of their money into stocks. And while there is a fair amount of competition in this space, Greenlight is a leader with over 2 million members, and after their most recent capital raise, the company is now valued at roughly $1.2 billion. Greenlight's highly customizable parental controls, including store-specific spending limits, set them apart from the competition. I think it's easy to see why this acquisition would be very lucrative for Robinhood. Currently, Robinhood is the #1 brokerage used by millennials, but the competition isn't just sitting around. They're doing everything they can to entice young investors and keep Robinhood from stealing their market share. Although, if Robinhood were to acquire Greenlight, it would essentially be game over. They would be able to get children familiar with their brand and integrated into their ecosystem before they even get to the age when they can actually open an account. And by that time, why would they choose another brokerage if they're already familiar with Robinhood's platform? Of course, other brokerages could try to do the same thing, but there's a reason that most younger investors choose Robinhood over most other brokerages and investing platforms. Robinhood is simply better at marketing to these investors, and their simple, clean, and easy-to-use design is hard to beat, especially when it comes to their mobile app, which is easily the best in the industry. Personally, I use Charles Schwab for most of my trading, but I do have a Robinhood account. And while I do trust Schwab more when it comes to filling orders and security, their mobile platform is absolutely terrible. The watch list is hidden in the More section of the menu. Their trading page is cluttered and the quotes don't even update in real time. And finally, their options trading platform of the app is the worst part. Not only is it basically impossible to look at options chains and see volume, open interest, or other important information, but the drop-down menu for the options doesn't even show the actual price. So you have to pick one just to see where the price is and then work from there. For this reason, I often use Robinhood's app to set up trading strategies when I'm away from my computer. Then once I know which options I want to buy, I'll use Schwab to actually make the trade. In my opinion, even if other brokerages do attempt to beat out Robinhood in this market, it's unlikely that they will be able to compete with any meaningful success. So the question is, if Robinhood does acquire Greenlight, how much will it cost them? Well, as I mentioned before, the latest estimates value Greenlight at around $1.2 billion. If Robinhood were to acquire them, it's reasonable to assume that they would pay a small premium. So the transaction would likely cost them somewhere between $1.3 and $1.5 billion. Currently, Robinhood would likely not be able to make this purchase, but with their IPO on the horizon and a valuation pushing $20 billion, the capital raised from the IPO would be more than enough to make this acquisition. Robinhood benefited in a big way as millennials signed up in huge numbers during the pandemic when stocks dropped to record lows. Now, as stocks are starting to cool off after their big rally, Robinhood is looking for other ways to boost customer growth. I think this acquisition would be a great way to set the company up for long-term success and lock in even more market share. If you found this analysis helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and leave me a comment below letting me know what you think of this possible acquisition. And other than that, have a great day.